Mealtime in many facilities is seen as a mere task to be performed 3 times a day. The focus is on calories, the number of ounces one drinks, and the nutrients one consumes. But really, is that all that dining is about? The answer, of course, is no, because dining affords the opportunity for conversation, for companionship, a time to remember all the wonderful pleasures that eating provides us with, a time to enjoy food. So why should it be any different for somebody with Alzheimer's disease? TransCon team created a program called Dining with a Difference, which transforms the institutional meal into a true dining experience. We began by first looking at the environment. Our team made sure that the room was filled with pictures of food. Having the visual cues in vibrant colored pictures helps to enhance the memory and provides groundwork for the dining that will take place. The staff also looked at how tables were set. White cloths with red plates and table mats provided color contrast. The blue cloths were designed to fit on the corners so they couldn't be pulled off the tables. Table settings with flowers added to the decor and ambiance of dining. Once we became comfortable with our environment, we looked at the system process of meal preparation and delivery. The kitchen is called the heart of the home. In the kitchen, everything happens, from the menu planning to the preparation and the cooking and chopping, the folding and even the cleaning. But once we get on the tray line, something happens. We lose the connection of who we are cooking for. Food goes on a tray, things are placed for certain people, but we don't know who, and we lose the human connection. We decided to ask our dining staff to become part of the experience. We had our staff greet the residents into the dining room, making them feel special and comfortable. We changed their roles by bringing them out of the kitchen and onto the dining room floors. Our next challenge was to look at our meal service. We wanted to eliminate serving from a tray. Too many items placed in front of a person at one time is overwhelming. They don't know where to start the meal. Too many choices, too many plates. So we simplified this by bringing one plate at a time.
Hi, Bill. Doesn't that look good?
That's a good one.
That's a good one, huh? Enjoy.
This allowed for less clutter and confusion, so the person could be successful with their meal. We also took the beverages from the trays and put it on a beautiful cart, a simple utility cart, with a cloth, some flowers, and beverages. Coffee was hotter, juices and water and other beverages were right on hand, and this once again gave our dining staff the opportunity to converse with the residents, to socialize. It would be great if we could do this all overnight, but everything takes planning. Anything good takes thought, planning, and some time. Our next goal was to eliminate the tray service. We wanted to be able to use equipment we already had, using our chafing dishes that we had for catering and food warmers, portable steam tables, but the most important thing is everybody got involved in the food service delivery. We were excited about what we were all doing. The foods, the aromas, the dining visuals, everyone was having a great time. As the atmosphere was changing, it was becoming a social time, and there was time for conversation and time for fun. This past July in Food Management magazine, there was an article titled "Getting Rid of the Tray Line. You've Tossed It, Now What?" This article stated that patient satisfaction jumped from 15% to 75% in 30 days. And what we know, for people with dementia, serving foods in our dining room has had a real positive impact. In a recent interview with the 2 chefs, Doug and Liz from Candlewood Valley, we began to discuss the impact that changing puree diets had had on their residents. At how puree food used to look and how it can look. Has it been difficult, Liz, for you to take this challenge on?
No, I actually like it a lot. I think it does look a lot better than our normal, 3 chunks of purees on a plate. I enjoy doing the piping because I know it makes people happy.
Did you ever think puree food could look that good?
No, never.
And Doug, how did you get involved?
Well, we tried to work on a lot on the flavor of it, but also with piping in different shapes. It's creative and it looks nice. It looks a lot nicer on the plate, and I think the consumption has been better, and I think they're enthusiastic about eating it.
Another chef or cook said, "Who's got the time? We just don't have the time to do this." But what do you say to that?
Well, don't serve something that you couldn't eat. Doug and I, we've tasted our own purees. We know what they taste like, and we know we like our food to taste just like a regular menu.
So I'm really excited to see all that you have prepared today, to take a tour of the kitchen, to see how the purees are molded and formed and shaped, and I can't wait to get into your kitchen. The 3 main techniques for pureeing food is through piping, molding, and cooking methods. The foods on the menu for the day have been seasoned and cooked fully. Once they come out of the ovens, they are placed in either a food processor or blender. This is then blended until it reaches proper consistency, and sometimes this can be a little tricky. But what's most important is that we add thickeners and liquids until we reach a consistency that is cohesive. Once the proper consistency is reached, we then place the pureed mixture into a pastry bag. But with the pressure from our hands, we can create beautiful designs, rosettes, swirls, and different piping techniques such as spaghetti, which you're seeing right now. With the leaf tip, we have created different designs, once again holding our bag on a certain angle. Applying pressure will give us different shapes and forms. The most important thing when we are doing design in puree formation is that we have positional depth, height, color contrast. Using pastry bags and tips are new skills for many cooks and chefs, and it's something that needs to be practiced over and over again until perfection is reached. Working with different colors, different forms, different shapes adds dimensional depth, height, and color contrast. As we are changing our dining room procedures, sometimes we are still piping out our foods right on the line, so our regular diets and our puree diets are getting foods that look very similar. We've got a chicken breast that's stuffed with asparagus and sweet potatoes, and people on the puree diet are receiving exactly the same foods. In some of our other facilities, we are actually plating right on the line. We are not only entertaining our staff and our residents, but we are having a great time practicing our pureeing techniques as well. Not only can we use the piping technique, but we also can be using molds. Molds come in many different forms: lasagna, asparagus, corn, carrots, green beans, peas. There is a multitude of molds on the market that can be used. The most important thing, just like with piping, is the consistency that we use. Never adding too much thickener, but needing some thickener to help with a cohesive mixture. This can be placed in our molds by scooping, by piping, as well as by placing it. And the mixtures need to be smoothed and then wrapped completely. This needs to be dated, and then all of the mixtures need to be frozen. Once the food is completely frozen, we pop them out. They can be individually wrapped, or we place them on a plate ready to go into the oven. As you can see, our chicken, our peas are ready to go into the oven We will wrap them with saran wrap, and they go into a low-heated oven until they reach proper temperature. The saran wrap comes off, and we are ready to add the final touches to make meal service beautiful. Our last technique we would like to share with you has to do with the way foods are cooked. And these are mixtures that are cooked in a water bath that give us that same cohesive texture. Soft, delicious, tasty, but ones that hold their shape. Regardless of how we prepare our pureed foods, whether we're piping, molding, or using a water bath technique, our foods look beautiful, they taste delicious, they have eye appeal, and they make dining so pleasurable. Training and education is part of our program as well. We need to be teaching our staff and our families about what we are changing and what we are doing to improve the quality of life for people who have dementia. I want to thank you for this opportunity of being able to change the culture here. It has been really exciting, and today we really have our work cut out for us, piping in front of residents and staff, and we're really excited about it. So all of your dining rooms on your dementia unit will have the aromas and the smells and the flavors and the excitement of food.
Well, thank you. I think it's a wonderful thing, and it just makes me feel very proud of what we're trying to do and what we have accomplished so far and where we're going to be going.
What about, what is
chocolate
this?
cake.
What? It looks good to me.
It's good.
Okay.
It says puree, but it don't
Are they
look like
tricking you?
puree.
It doesn't look like puree.
It don't look like puree. It don't taste like puree, and it have a sharp at
There you go.
the
Okay.
sharp gravy.
Very good. Beauty.
And what would dining be without desserts? Our desserts are coming off of our trays and now being arranged on a dessert cart, a simple utility cart with a beautiful cloth, some flowers, and a choice of desserts for everyone on regular diets as well as puree diets. Dining with a Difference needs to be supported by all staff, administrators, family members, because we are improving the quality of life for everyone. Dining with a Difference makes a difference.